From LEX 18, your official UK sports station for Big Blue Nation, this is BBN Tonight.
Welcome into BBN Tonight. I'm Mary Jo Perino.
And I'm Eli Gehn, in for Keith Farmer. And tonight, a recap of Saturday's UK-Georgia game at Kroger Field.
We're going to do that with help from Kentucky's defensive backs coach and the voice of the Wildcats, Tom Leach. The Kentucky offense once again struggles to get things going. A recap of the Georgia game is tonight's Big Blue story presented by Baptist Health. Let's start in the first quarter. Georgia drove down the field over 12 plays, capped off their first possession with a touchdown. Kentucky would respond with an 18-play drive in the second quarter that ended in a field goal. And Eli, that first drive from Georgia they ran the ball the whole time.
Every single play.
Yeah, every single play. And so that wears out a defense, but Kentucky did come back with a nice little drive there.
The thing is, when you play a top 5 team in the country, you got to get a touchdown on those drives. You settle for a field goal, it's okay. You're kind of hanging in there with some life. Got to take advantage, get touchdowns when you have those opportunities for those methodical drives that they put together basically throughout the afternoon. All right, in the second quarter, another big play for the UK defense. They were kind of silent last week against Missouri. And, well, you got to love this. Big snack.
God.
Phil Hoskins bats down a Stetson Bennett pass. He picks it off. So the half ends with Georgia only up 7-3. And Mary Jo, with what Phil has been through the last year and a half or so, mentally with everything he's gone through, very happy to see him. One of the biggest personalities on this team. Good to see him get an interception for that Cats defense.
And you love that. I mean, what a play. Not only does he bat it down, but he gets the interception, obviously. That's so athletic, so cool for Big Snack. And at halftime, it's 7-3. So while the offense looks stagnant, you're definitely in this game,
You're in there.
man. You're in this game. All right, let's go to the second half. The Bulldogs are driving. They come up on a 4th and 1, decide to go for it. Zamir White not only breaks through for the first down, but this just untouched into the end zone. Georgia goes up 14-3. And Eli, this is where you're saying to yourself, okay, we've got time on the clock. Let's feed Chris Rodriguez.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. What a fantastic performance he had. We're going to show you some of his highlights. But that run, Kentucky hasn't really given up much through the middle like that this year. Georgia, they took advantage with their running backs and took advantage there and made UK pay ultimately.
Absolutely.
In the end. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Still in the third, later in it. Cats quarterback, Joey Gatewood, who got the start. You can't do this when you play a top 5 team. And then, well, that's okay. He turned the ball over, but Kentucky gets it right back. Look at that. Noise.
Boss man.
That's third interception of the season. The awareness. That's nice. Great takeaway. And Mary Jo, it was good to see them get their 11th interception of the season, which leads all of college football.
Yeah, and they have 2 games without any.
I know.
So that's what's crazy about it. This is where you're saying, my God, the defense is once again giving them a chance to win. They're keeping them in the game. Georgia scores more than 14 points a game, guys.
They do.
I mean, they do. And so Kentucky's defense really keeps them in it. This may be the most frustrating thing of the whole game because for the rest of it, the Kentucky offense struggled. They never put any more points on the board. Joey Gatewood ended up with 91 yards passing on 25 attempts. The final was 14-3. Here's what Gatewood and Coach Stoops had to say after the game.
Well, first, I'll credit Georgia's defense. They're a good physical team up front, and then secondary obviously is pretty good. Just things happen in the moment. If everything went the way I went, the way I would have liked it to, it would be otherwise. But, like I said, credit to them. They're physical, good team, prepared, and we'll learn from all this and go from there.
I think you saw that late in the game in predictable pass, how dangerous they can be if you watch them this year when they can overwhelm you and obviously turn the game, or blow the game wide open with their defense.
All right, here are some other notes of interest from Saturday. This was awesome. UK linebacker Chris Oates managed to make an appearance in the stands at Kroger Field, even received a standing ovation. That gave me goosebumps. While lineman Drake Jackson, he paid tribute to position coach John Schlarman by wearing his old college number of 65. And Mark Stoops said after the game, he didn't know who's going to be playing quarterback next time against Vanderbilt. The coach also wouldn't say whether or not Chris Rodriguez can be considered the top running back. He should.
Yeah.
But he definitely had a great game. 108 yards on the ground as the Cats now head into a bye week with a 2-4 record, Mary Jo. And I think it comes at a good time, gives you a little bit of a breather to kind of get back to the drawing board, figure something out with that offense. And when you do get back from the bye week, you got to take advantage and beat Vanderbilt, because the 2 games after that, you got Bama and Florida. So you got to get that victory.
So much frustration in that fourth quarter when Kentucky's back driving the ball. They take 5 minutes off the clock doing, nothing.
I know.
I mean, it took them 5 minutes to get to midfield. And I understand why fans are frustrated with the lack of maybe the creativity in the play calling or something, but that was so hard to watch.
The execution just not there. Mark Stoops was asked after the game, is there just something wrong with the receivers and they're not even getting open? Are you even trying to take shots down the field? Because there were no explosive plays.
None.
He said, well, yeah, no, we're trying. The players just aren't executing it. I told you, it's just like the Chicago Bears. Good defense, not so great offense, and me having to watch that back-to-back days every weekend is mentally exhausting.
I hope every Sunday is disastrous for you. We can't end this segment without talking about the remarkable twist of fate for former Cat Avery Williamson. The New York Jets linebacker has been traded from the NFL's worst team to maybe its best, or at least one of the best, in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And on his Instagram, he's get me out of New York. He's hitchhiking, get me to Pittsburgh. How awesome is that for him?
Yeah, good for him. And now the Pittsburgh has 3 former Wildcats, Bud Dupree, Avery, and of course Benny Snell. So they got something going there in Pittsburgh with the Cats. All right, coming up next on BBN Tonight, we'll talk Kentucky defense with Steve Clinkscale, here from the man in charge of the defensive backs when we return.